Good morning, everyone. It's me, Rory Paddock for picksfromthepaddock.co.uk. It is on the nod live. It's just coming up to 2211, sorry, on the 11th of July, 2023. I've got 7 horses from 4 different meetings you need to pay very close attention to. So, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. The first of my 7 selections comes at Pontefract in the 320, and I've going to go for Zenga. Produced a really encouraging 7th at Royal Ascot. That came after a hefty break on the sidelines. Should be much fitter this time around, and is more than capable of finishing in the money. Top 3 finish for Zenga, currently 5-6. Sticking at Pontefract, I want to go with Paternoster Square, the 505, taking on its first ever handicap, and I think it's actually one of my biggest chances of actually winning the race, but I'm going to play it slightly tentatively. 11-10 for a top 2 finish. I think that's well within its grasps for the handicap debutant in the 505. We then go to Wolverhampton in the 340. Cuban Grey has been pretty consistent. It's now back down to Class 6 company, which I think should help. And with that in mind, even money to finish in the top 4 in what looks a very open and competitive race seems fair enough for the Robert Cowell trained horse. Sticking with Wolverhampton, Ebury has a decent record here at Wolverhampton, with appreciate a drop to 7 furlongs. It's now got probably some of the best conditions to see it at its most optimum. And with that in mind, although the race is very open, you can make a case for an absolute ton of these. But top 5, that's well within its grasps for the Scott Dixon horse. We then go over to Ireland, and I'm going to go with Teed Up in the 750 at Tremor. The horse is returning from a massive absence on the sidelines, but represents the Emmett Mullins team. And based on its last time out, where it finished second in a really competitive race at Doncaster, this looks a much weaker contest. And if it's fit after that lengthy break, I think a top 3 finish is well within its grasps. Staying in Ireland and in the 820, Wild Shot has been really consistent in its last 2 starts, finishing 4th on both occasions. If he can do that, or even just finish in the top 5, I think it's a realistic goal for the horse. And at 8-15, that's fair enough in terms of the pricings. There are viable horses in terms of perhaps horses that have better chances, but I'm going to go for one at slightly bigger odds in terms of the overall betting market. And Wild Shot is my idea of the best selection in the 820. And my final selection comes in the 730 at Brighton. Tranquility for the young jockey Harry Davis. Produced a much better effort last time out. Step up to a mile should see it to even better effect. And there, top 4 finish in another open race at 8-11. I'm more than happy with that to take on the bookies here this Tuesday. So Tuesday's tips: Zenga for a top 3 finish, Paternoster Square for a top 2 finish, at Wolverhampton, Cuban Grey for a top 4 finish, and Ebury for a top 5 finish. Tremor, we've got Teed Up and Wild Shot, both to place in the top 3 or top 5 respectively, and Tranquility to finish in either 1st, 2nd, 3rd or 4th in the 730 at Brighton. Those are my 7. I'm going to be backing them in the accumulators, either 4-fold, 5-fold, 6-fold, and the 7-fold. And I'm also going to be doing an each way super hinds on all 7 horses in the standard betting market. As always, any likes, comments, and shares, very much welcome. I've been Rory Paddock, and fingers crossed, touch wood, and good luck if you follow.